Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. James here, your host, with this beautiful Jackery show. Now, I do have Fernando in chat, so if you guys have questions, he will definitely be there to answer them. Now, guys, we have a great show lined up for you. Bunch of amazing products to be shown. With that, guys, are actually at a great deal today. Bunch of very cool deals going on. If you guys need something of this sort, don't be shy. Ask questions or check out the carousel. Now, if you haven't, guys, always hit that follow button, hit the live notification button. You'll know when we go live around here and do all of these shows. Now, we're going to start this show off with, of course, a beautiful little power station called the 1000 V2. Now, the 1000 V2 is actually coming in at a great price point at 38% off. It's like $499 right now, but it's a beautiful power station. We're going to be showing you guys, of course, one of their newer stations in a little while as well, which is amazing that we have it on hand to actually show you guys. But bunch of great products, bunch of great deals, and of course, it's at, hey, it's almost school time. Might as well get that camping out. Why not take this power station with you? Now I'm going to move over to the table here. You guys are going to see a bunch of products. Now we're going to be showing you guys the one in the middle there, and that's actually a really nice little product to show you guys. Let's try to zoom on in on it, and of course, hey, wow, you know what? Let's bring you guys in closer. This is that 1000 V2. Now, the 1000 V2 is 1070 watt hours of power that can be fully charged in a 2-hour standard charging time. The cool thing about Jackery is they did something really cool with this product. They did what's called emergency charging or Charge Shield 2.0. Now, with Charge Shield 2.0 and emergency charge rate, you guys can actually switch it on and have it fully charged in 1 hour time, which I actually love that you guys can actually do that. Now, to have it charged at a 1 hour charge rate is phenomenal, and it's great to do. To do that, though, you do have to activate it inside the app, and they are app controlled. And when you activate it inside the app, you guys can actually switch over to that 1 hour charge time inside the app. You guys can also see the charge of the battery, the actual discharge and recharge of it. So what that means is consumption and generation. What you're consuming through the ports and what you're generating through, of course, the solar ports or wall plug charging. Inside that app, it will also show you guys the actual beautiful temperature that the batteries are running at. Now, the Jackery power stations are built with, of course, intelligent battery management systems. It is also built with, of course, that beautiful protections like short circuit protection, overcharge protection, overheating protection, and all of those others. Now, we said the app, of course, it does have the app control. You guys can actually turn on and access the app through Android or iOS. So if you guys are an Apple user or an Android user, you guys can actually do that. Now, what you guys are going to see right here on this, of course, if I start scrolling up, there's a few different power stations I have linked up and set up. And we'll show you guys more of that app in a minute. Now, with the 1070 watt hours of power, you guys are going to have multiple ports of connectability, ranging from like the solar charging plugs, the 80/20 adapter plugs on the side, that allow you to charge 4 of these 100 watt panels at a great decent charge rate. Or if you guys want to do a couple 80 watt panels, you got or 800 or 200 watt panels, you guys could do that as well. Karen, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Now, between all of those pieces, let's say you guys had 2 of the 200 watt panels, you guys could fully charge this at 2.5 hours. But you guys could, of course, run lots of different products off of this without an issue, ranging from, of course, your flat screen TV to, of course, even some other devices like laptops, drone batteries, Starlinks. You guys could even do, of course, if you wanted to, you guys could run a heated blanket, maybe a mini fridge. You guys could do a flat screen TV like the one in the background for like 10 hours of runtime. 14 hours with the mini fridge, maybe 2 to 2.25 hours with an orbital sander, depending on the orbital sander that you have. Now, it does have a flashlight on the front. That flashlight's beautifully well done. It's going to have, of course, 2 modes of brightness and an SOS pattern. On the middle, you're going to have that digital display that's going to look very beautifully bright and high contrast for you. You're going to have a 12-volt 10-amp DC plug beside that. That's going to be like your cigarette lighter adapter style plugs. You might actually have, let me see if I have it sitting here. No, I don't have access to it. I was hoping I had access to the cigarette lighter plug so I could show you guys that, but it's actually buried. Below that are going to be two USB-C ports, a 30-watt port and a 100-watt port. Now, below those USB-C ports is an 18-watt USB-A port. Alan, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Richard, yeah, it is. It's actually a really, really beautiful unit. I do agree. It comes very handy, nice and lightweight. It's a little, it's approximately 24 pounds. I like the weight of that. Yeah, the original is a beautiful one. I still have the original as well. Now, beside those USB-A ports and USB-C ports, you guys have the beautiful AC outlets. Those are your three-prong American style plugs. Those are going to do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 3,000 if you really need to. Now, that 3,000 watts is just, if you need to bump it up and use something that it doesn't normally want to do, you can do that with this. Right on. I am glad you're doing good, buddy. Now, like I said, you guys can run multiple different styles of devices. Like, let's say if you want to do a standard Starlink, you guys can do about 10 hours of runtime. Starlink Mini up to about 29 hours with that, maybe 20 drone batteries. You guys can do, of course, laptop charges, cell phones, and everything under the sun. The cool part about Jackery products is, and I'm going to go here, it's a 20 milliseconds of delay switchover. So if you guys want to use it as an uninterruptible power supply or an emergency power supply, you can do so. Plug it into the wall, plug your device into it, and if you lose power, it will automatically kick over. Now, you should get over 4,000 charge cycles over the next 10 years at 100% battery capacity. Then after that, you'll drop down to about 70 to 80% battery capacity as well. I thought, I like that idea, Alan, the jumper cables to charge your battery. And it's, that's actually kind of cool little piece that Jackery did add. And I do like that they did that. There's some other pieces that Jackery created that some may not know, and that's going to be like, the little power brick. Jackery did create a 102-watt little power brick as well, and I actually have that. Phenomenal little piece. Now, for $499, you're saving 38% off, and it is a phenomenally well done product. By itself, it's great. It's a good option. It's perfectly done, and everybody would enjoy it. But you also have the option in the carousel to get it with, of course, the 200-watt solar panel for like $749. Now, normally that's, I think, a $1,300 package deal with it. The only thing I don't like. So, like, so the USB ports, I get it. People, want more USB ports. Cool part about that, Richard, is that, the cigarette lighter adapter plug on these. Get yourself the little adapter piece, and you guys can get a 4-port USB port off of that, and it adds extra USB ports through that cigarette lighter 12-volt 10-amp plug. So if you guys didn't do that, you guys can actually do that. Unlike the 102-watt port, this is actually cool. I'm going to take this with me. I'm going on vacation in a couple weeks, so I'm going to be taking a few things with me so I can actually make sure everything's nice and charged. So either way, you guys, you can get the 1000 V2 by itself or get it with the solar panel package at a great price point. And Mark, like I said, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Now, we had somebody mention the original 1000, of course, power station. People power station, the original. Now, we're going to show you guys the original 500. Now, 500 is a really good little product. It has stand the test of time for them, for sure. Now, if we move back to the table, you guys are going to see that I'm going to have to move the camera over. We're going to bring you guys on in, and we're going to bring you in guys a lot closer than normal. This is the 500 that we're talking about. Normally a $500 price tag, it's 315 bucks. And that's the cool purchase. Yeah, the V2s are great. I definitely agree. The original 1000 didn't have enough ports. You guys can definitely add extra ports with it. I was trying to find the one I had sitting here, but it's buried. I had a whole bunch of cameras out the other day, and I buried it. So I did have it out, though, and I was going to show that. Now with this, it's a 13-pound device. So 13 pounds, very lightweight, very capable of being carried pretty much in and out of your campsite, from car to car, maybe motorhome to house, whatever you guys need to move this from. It can be done with that. It's 518 watt hours of power, which is a decent amount of power in a 13-pound power station. Now, this is the original styling. So it's got the original handle that's permanently affixed. It's got the original display. And I'll show you guys the original display with this. It's still a high contrast display, so turn it on. You guys can see it's nice, bright, high contrast. You guys can still read it perfectly well. On the side of this, there's a flashlight, so if I hit it, it comes on and I can shut it off. Hold it down, of course. It's going to do SOS pattern for you if you need to. Now, if we turn it towards you guys, you're going to see you are, of course, limited to a few different plugs with this. Now, I don't call it a bad limitation whatsoever because it is a compact and it's a smaller device that can be taken with you. It has limitations of what you can add to it. Now, you're going to have 3 USB-A ports on the front of that. Now, you guys can see those 3 there. They're 5-volt, 2.4 amps. Now, it's not the world's highest power plugs, but it will do well for you guys if you're trying to charge your phones, your flashlights, and other devices like that. If you guys want to do a little bit higher power devices, it's going to take a little bit longer to charge those, but it will pull that power through there, so don't worry about it. On the opposite, or the side of it, you're going to have a single American style plug. Now, I always say American style plug, and that's because we do have people watching from other countries. Now, don't worry about it. There are other variations out there. I do know with a couple different stylings, or guys get it dip. Trevor, it has been a while. I do agree, Trevor. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. I've been quite busy getting ready for a major cross country trip. Now, with the American plug, guys, it's 500 watts of pure sine wave power, clean power. It's going to run a lot of different devices. If you need to, it can do 1,000 watts of power through it without a problem. You're going to have, of course, 3 DC plugs at the bottom. The 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter style plug. And then you're going to have 2 of the I think it's a 6.5 millimeter plugs, DC plugs with that. And above it's going to be, of course, that 8 millimeter input port. No, man. This is normal time, 9 o'clock for these streams. Dragon Blogger side, I definitely do morning streams. So on the Dragon Blogger side, I do morning streams as well. Now, with it, you guys can run quite a bit off of this without an issue, and it's a cool piece. 9 hours, let's say, like a mini fridge, 7 to 8 hours with a flat screen TV, maybe 30 hours on a laptop if you want to, several cell phone charges without an issue. With it, you're going to have a couple different ways of charging it. First and foremost, it's the original mixture of chemistry, so 5.5 hours on a wall plug. It takes a little bit longer to charge this one. Still not a bad deal. You're also going to have about 5.5 hours on a cigarette car lighter, a plug. So if you guys want to charge it on a drive, plug it in your cigarette lighter adapter if you guys still have one in your car. About 5.5 hours. I have a couple cars that have wall plugs, so we can just use the wall plugs if we really wanted to, which is great. Now, if you wanted to do, let's say, 100-watt solar panel, 7.5 hours is that time with this. Now, remember, it is not waterproof, guys. The systems are not waterproof. Can it go out in like a little sprinkle? Sure, it shouldn't be a big problem. Don't leave it out in the rain. The solar panels, don't worry about it. Solar panels can stay out in the rain. Now, with it, it's about 12 inches long, 7 inches wide, 9 inches tall. Fully fixed handle, silicone pads on the bottom, and it's a great piece. 37% off at $315. It is a phenomenal price point. If you want to get the 500 with the 100-watt solar panel, which we were talking about, it's going to be about $495 today. Normally $800 price tag. But it is a great price to be had. Justin, what's going on? Welcome to the show. How's Justin doing tonight? So you have both options. By itself, with panels, check them on out, have fun, enjoy the pieces, and it's going to work well. AC, how are you doing? Welcome. Just finished dinner. I had dinner quite a while ago. We had Salisbury steaks. I made up some Salisbury steaks and mushrooms. Wasn't bad. Was not bad. And then I started questioning a lot of stuff. I had some pasta pizza, man. I had pizza yesterday, and you know what? It didn't sit well with me. I had pizza yesterday, did not sit well with me, and probably didn't have enough lactate pills. All right, because we talked about the 1000 V2, we talk about, of course, the 500. Let's talk about the big brother, the 2000 V2. Now, the cool part is if I move across the table, you're going to be like, that's really zoomed in. And I agree. Let's do this. Now, we talked about app control, and on the 2000 V2, I can actually show you guys how the app actually works. So we're going to pick this up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the flashlight on by a flip switch on the phone. And I'm going to click it again, and we can adjust the brightness, or I can hit it again, and we can go SOS pattern. Now, if I want to shut it off, I just tap that button once again, and it will shut off. Now, we also talked about the displays and how bright they are. If I turn this on, you guys can actually see, you guys can read the battery percentage from there. If I bring it on in, you guys will see it a little bit like I see it a little bit better. Nice, bright black background with bright, high-vis orange colorway and white writing. It's going to be very, very easily readable for pretty much everybody, which is great. Now, I showed you guys you turn the flashlights on this. You guys can also turn on the DC plugs if I want to, like that. I can shut it off. Or I can turn it back on. I have about 7 watts of draw through that USB-A or USB-C port that I'm running off of that. That 7-watt draw is only a small keystone light I'm using to light up the table, which is what you're guys are seeing with this. The app control is great. And it's a phenomenal piece. And like I said, let's see if you guys can see this. So you guys can see the battery. You guys can see the temperatures, of course. We go over into the settings. I normally don't always go into the settings because, well, let's go there. It's got my serial number. But you guys can see emergency charging, charging settings, battery settings, and all of those other cool settings with that. So you guys can go into the emergency charge rate. Now, with the 2000 V2, you're going to have 2042 watt hours of power that can be fully charged in a 1-hour charge time if you click on that emergency charge rate. If you don't go into the app and click that, you'll have standard quick charging at 2 hours. And you guys can have this fully charged at 2 hours. No problems with that whatsoever. Now, with it, you still have the 2 USB-C ports, a 30-watt port, 100-watt port. You also have the 18-watt USB-A port that we showed you guys on the other one. You're going to have that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug and the flashlight that we just activated. Below that is going to be, of course, the 3 AC outlets, and those 3 prong outlets are going to do 2,200 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 4,400 if you need to. So if you guys need to plug your fridge in, go ahead and do so. You can plug it in. You can plug in your large 2,000 watt AC into it if you want to. Most of us have probably about a 10,000 BTU, which is about 1,150 watts. So you guys can run that off of this with no problems. Now, from the difference of the 1,000 V2 to the 2,000 V2, you're moving from like 24 pounds to 39 pounds. It's going to be a lot more weight because of the battery size and battery capacity. Now, cool part is the original 2000, if you guys saw the 2000 Pro, it was a bigger station. It actually was a quite larger station. They shrunk the size down with this, which is great. And the way they did that is they designed the housing differently than the original. They added what's called CTB, or cell-to-body technology. It's just like what you think, cells. It looks like a B cell or a honeycomb cell system, where the batteries can sit inside the housing, which that makes it smaller. So you don't have to have this big battery bank separately built and setting in there. It's all in the housing. What that also does is it makes, of course, the turnaround time or the build design quicker because they don't have to do more processes. It's all done in the housing. That also means it's quicker to get shipped out because turnaround time's a lot better with this. With your quick charging times, you guys can do quite a bit. Let's say a 200-watt desktop PC can run about 12 hours off of this. Your CPAP machine should go about 100 hours or so if you really wanted to, which is crazy. It's got a nice long runtime with this. Now, still has emergency power supply with the 20 milliseconds of switchover. Could run, let's say, a shop vac for about 2.5 hours if you want to run a shop vac off of this. For those of you that want to do, of course, mini fridges, go ahead and do so. Tree trimmers, hey, it'll work it. Electric grill, why not? About an hour and a half, 2 hours with electric grill. Your single piston air compressors or your single piston water pumps, about 20 hours of runtime off of this. So for the people that want to do like pinstriping and painting with their guns, plug it in. You guys will have 20 hours of runtime. For the graffiti drawers or artist people, you see where you're going. You could run hand drills. You guys could do, of course, your standard refrigerator or rice cookers. And you know what? Rice cooker's a great idea. Your 80-watt laptop would be about 24 charges off of this. That's decently well for a laptop like that. What else could we do? You guys could do Christmas decorations. You guys could do Halloween decorations. You could run, of course, this stream with this station. It would be no problem to run my PC, the camera gear, and the lighting off of this and get the 2-hour, 3-hour stream without a problem. Take it camping, have fun with it, guys. It's 27% off. It is $1,099 tonight at a great price for to be had. Now, with it, you guys can get it by itself if you really wanted to, or you guys could also add the package deal. Now, the 2000 V2, we have a package deal for you. That's going to be the station and 2 of the 200-watt solar panels for $1,856. Normally, $2,500 price tag. You're getting 2 panels and this beautiful station at a phenomenal price point. Now, the moment you get the 2 solar panels, you're going to have a nice, decent charge time. So let's say single panel probably about 5-hour charge time. If you had 800 watts of charging off of this, you guys, about 800 watts of charging, then you guys about 2-hour charge time. With it, you have your choices. Get it with 2 of the solar panels for $1,856. $1,856 is a great little option with that. So phenomenal, beautiful, and amazing little product. I would definitely recommend checking that out. Now, we told you guys at the beginning of the show, we were going to show you guys a newer product. And this is that newer product I am about to show you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the table. You're going to see that new product back there. Now, I am showing you this for a reason. The original 3000 Pro was the size of that big station next to it. It was bigger than, of course, the new 3000. Now, we are showing you guys that new 3000 in its glory. And I'm going to move you guys in here, bring you on over. You guys can get a glimpse of this size difference. I will warn you, though, it does weigh a little bit. It's got some weight to it. It's about 59-ish pounds. So with 59 pounds, you guys are going to have to manhandle this. Just going to be honest with you. Dual team it if you need to, but it is still movable. With this device, you're going to have a lot of different connections and a lot of different usages with it. You're getting 3,072 watt-hours of power. The original was 3,024 watts. So you have a step up in power and a smaller size with this. Now, what that means is, because it's smaller, it can fit in more places. I like that idea. Now, I'll always be honest with you, I wish it still had the wheels. I really do. I kind of got used to the wheels. Now I have to manhandle it, and it's all good. We'll get used to that as well. With this device, you guys have multiple points of connection, which we're going to bring you guys in a little bit closer so you guys can see the front. You're going to have the 2 USB-C ports. These are 100-watt ports. 2 of the USB-A ports at 18 watts max charging capability. The 12-volt 10-amp DC plug. And then you guys have 4 of those beautiful AC outlets. Now, those AC outlets are going to do 3,600 watts of clean, pure sine wave through the 3000. 3,600 watts. Can peak at 7,200 if you really need to push it. Now, you're probably looking and being like, well, there's a 5th plug. And now there is a 5th plug. And we're going to talk about that 5th plug in a minute because The TT plug there is actually a really, really versatile and beautiful plug. Now, if you guys have never seen a TT30V plug, this is what you guys, or TT30RV style plug. This would be the plug that you guys could plug your RVs in, your motorhomes, or even your manual transfer stations. It's a bi-directional piece, which is great. So you guys have that bi-directional usage. Now, I'm going to back it up slightly because I do want to show you guys a few things with the station. It is big, so to move it around and stuff, you're going to have to actually come over here. You're going to have to grab this handle, and the handle will allow you to lift it and move it. You guys can see I can move it. On the opposite side, flip this over. You're going to have the wall plug right here. You're going to have two of these, of course, reset buttons. The reset buttons are for the AC outlets. You're going to have two 80-20 DC plugs. These are your solar panel plugs on the side panel. Wide open air vents to allow you to feed the air through to keep it cool. But handles that are going to allow you to, of course, carry it and move it around like I'm doing. Now, probably in the next couple shows, I'll lift it up off on a stand so you guys can see it a little better. I do realize that the station behind it or in front of it is kind of blocking it a little bit. Now, what could you run off of a station of this, and how much is it going to take you to charge it? It's definitely out there for you. If you want to do the wall plug, standard wall plug charging at I think it's 1800 watts, it's going to be 2.25 hours. So plug it into your wall plug, charge it in 2.25 hours, you're good to go. If you want to use, let's say, a gas generator, again, you'll plug it in with your wall plug through a gas generator, about 2.25 hours. Now, if you guys have this, you probably aren't using a gas generator. Just go on there. If you use just 2 of the 400 watt solar panels, about 11-hour charge time, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. If you guys pushed 800 watts through it, you guys would see the charge time would shrink. What's up, Phil? What's up, buddy? Now, it has another way of charging, which will actually drop the charge time down. If you plug it into the wall and you guys plug in the solar panels, you guys can charge it 2,500 watts, which means you're going to have about a little over an hour and a half charge time for the 3,072 watt hours of power. Because it's over 3,000 watt hours of power, it's got a tax rebate eligibility, so you guys can actually do that. It should allow you to run, let's say, a mini fridge for 1 to 2 days without a problem. It can do it. Rome, what's up, Rome? How are you doing, buddy? Nice to see you, my guy. Rome Knows Tech is in the house. What's up, my guy? I appreciate you popping in, buddy. Now, like we were saying, guys, this is, of course, their newer station. So it's about I think it's like $2,374. I don't actually have the price sitting right in front of me at the second. It is a 5% off right now, so at $23.74, it's a decent price with this. It's a very, very phenomenal price, but it can run even more than, let's say, a mini fridge for a few days. You guys could do, let's say, LED lighting for 9 to 10 days if you wanted to. You could do a 45-watt house fan for over 60 hours off of this, truly and easily. Wi-Fi router? Yeah, let's go there. 15-watt Wi-Fi router is going to have a long runtime. Way over 60 hours with this. Now, I love a lot of different variations with this piece. It's going to work well. It's still very portable. 20 milliseconds of switchover. Still has that Class UL certifications for drop protection, flame retardant shells. It's going to give you guys over 10 years of lifespan on the 100% battery, and then we'll drop down slightly for those of you. I'm on vacation with the family. Phil, you're not allowed to go on vacation. I need all stuff turned in. Phil's in trouble. For the coffee people, the coffee drinkers, guys, that's about 1,120 watts through a cappuccino machine. So maybe 2 hours with cappuccinos if you really need a cappuccino that bad. Your 800-watt electric oven is going to range about 2.5 to 3 hours of runtime off of this device. But it is nice and portable. And what we were showing you guys with the differences, and I'm going to break it back down there. The original was the size of the device sitting next to it. So it is definitely shrunk. in size. And I love that they shrunk this down. It really is beautifully well done. Phenomenal product. By itself, perfect. Great options. But hey, we can't leave nothing alone, right? So why would you want to get it by itself? Get the package deal. The package deal is going to cost you a few hundred more dollars, but it's going to come with, of course, 2 of the 200-watt solar panels. Now, the 200-watt solar panels are really amazingly well done. They're going to charge perfectly well. It's just going to give you guys a nice little package. You get that 3,000 beautiful little piece right there, and 2 solar panels for $28.49. I brought 2 products. Nice, buddy, nice. I'm getting ready for mine as well. So much so that I actually had to get some Amazon Basics because all of my remote controls for my cars are dying. Which is funny. So, any questions about that new power station, the 3000? Definitely ask. Now, remember, guys, because it's got that TT30 plug, you guys can run your RVs, your motorhomes, your toy haulers off of that, which I love that option. And because of the TT30, it should allow for, of course, that 72 watts of surge or run 3,600 watts of clean power through it. Check all these chats. I love that new station, guys. I've been using it quite a bit the past few days, having fun with it, messing around with it. We were actually running, I think it was charging I want to call it a solder gun. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, solder gun. I was recharging my solder guns off of it. Not seeing no questions. All right, but it's all good. Let's go into, I believe up next, we're going to show the 300. All right, cool. Now we have up next is the original 300. Now the original 300 is like one of those #1 selling products, which is crazy, right? But it is a portable product. 7-pound product, right? You guys want a 7-pound power station? Here it is. 7.1 pounds. This is a 7.1 power station. You guys can take it with, what is a solder gun? Trevor, so a solder gun is a gun. It's not actually a gun. It's a handheld electronic device, or it's a gas-powered device that heats up so it can melt solder, so you can weld or solder on electronic points. So like the electronics on side this are soldered together, and they use a solder gun to do that. Some are electric and plug into a wall. Some are gas-powered. Mine is rechargeable. So that's pretty much what a solder gun is. You know, I've never understood why they called it a solder gun itself with the word gun, but it's what it's called. Back to this. You guys just want to start working out, doing arm curls? You can do it all day long. 7 pounds. Don't worry about it. Even I can do arm curls, right? Has, of course, the fixed handle. 293 watt-hours of power. Multiple points of connection. Has, of course, 12 volt 10 amp DC plug hidden under a cover. Has the original base. Has 2 AC outlets. Now, these 2 AC outlets are going to do 300 watts pure sine wave power. Can peak at 500. Now, with that, though, it's going to take about 3.5 hours to charge said device. Now, charging that device with this is actually kind of quite easily and accessible. I mean, 3.5 hours isn't a bad charge time for a product of this size. Now, yes, some of their newer ones have a quicker charge time, but this is an original product. It's got 2 USB-A ports and a USB-C port. The USB-C port is a 60-watt bi-directional port. Now, that bi-directional port means you guys can charge devices out of that plug, or you can charge this device through that port, which is great. You're also going to have a DC plug input only, and that's going to be for your wall charging, 3.5 hours. Your cigarette car lighter, 3.6 hours. Or, of course, your solar panel charging. If you had Mini 40, about 7.5 hours. If you had the 100-watt panel, about 4 hours or so. If you use the wall plug and, of course, the USB-C plug, 2 hours is your charge time with that. Now you should be able to run a, let's say, Nintendo Switch off of this for about 40 hours. You guys should be able to do about 13 to 14 phone charges without an issue. You guys could do maybe, I'm going to say 6 to 8 DSLR batteries if you really wanted to. 4 to 5 drone batteries or so. It really just depends on the drone battery you're using. It's the size and weight of this. This thing will allow you to, of course, take pretty much anywhere and all of that. This is a great little piece, and of course, that is amazingly well done. PC Phil, you are not allowed to do that, buddy. You can't do that, man. That's a no-no. That is a no-no, my guy. Ooh, buddy. Uh-oh. They tagged you. You did it. No. Phil messed up. Now, I love it. Portable, accessible. Take it where you want to, guys. 7 pounds. This is a great one. Really, really kind of cool little piece. I love it. Now, don't get it by itself. I mean, honestly, if you want to, get it by itself for $179. It's a great price point. Normally $259. But get it with, of course, that beautiful 100-watt solar panel. Always. Package deals. I love package deals. Now, the 100-watt solar panel is a buy. We're going to hold on a second. Let's do this. 100-watt solar panel. Guys, package deal. $315. You get that 100-watt solar panel. You get the station. This is an amazing, amazing little piece. Really, really cool. Yeah, so that's not allowed. You should remember that, buddy. I'm surprised it sat there as long as it did. What did he do now? Well, Trevor, he can actually share it with you over on the YouTube. So, Phil, Trevor's asking what you shared. Oh, I love it, guys. Now, my hand's stuck in here. I'm gonna pull it out. So, you guys can get a package deal for $315. This is a great little piece. We got Fernando popped up and said hello to Phil as well. So Fernando was like, "What's up, Phil?" You guys want a nice little mini piece right here, guys. This is the original Fernando. Phenomenally beautiful. Let me see. I want to say this, of course, is going to be the next one up. We're going to actually, yeah. So right there, Trevor. That's what he did. But check it out, Trevor. All right, so you guys want to see another number one selling product? Look no further. This is another one of those beautiful little pieces. This is the 300 plus. Now, 300 plus, phenomenal, beautiful, 288 watts of power, handle that folds, and of course, multiple points of connection. USB-C 18 or 15 watt, USB-A 15 watt, 12 volt 10 amp plug, beautifully well switched, and of course accessible. Now, right there is going to be the 100-watt bi-directional USB-C port as well, and the AC outlet. This is going to do, of course, 300 watts of pure silent power, can peak at 600 if you need to. With this, you guys can actually charge it at under an hour and a half. Under an hour and a half, fully charged, you're good to go. Bob, it's going to an 88 watt hours power. Run your Nintendo Switch, of course, charge your phones, make those flashlights ready, or run a mini fridge. This will do all of that and then some. Now, I had a buddy in Nevada that got one of these off, of course, one of our shows. He lost power, plugged his fridge into, of course, the one of these, and it actually ran for a couple hours without a problem. And I was actually really, really happy to hear that his fridge lasted through that power outage, and of course, off a smaller station like that. And it's things like that that actually make me really happy to hear about this. 4.5 hours with the house fan, 5 drone batteries, 3 laptop chargers, maybe 13 cell phone chargers, right? You see where I'm going with this. Portability is there. The quick charging ability is also there. Hour and a half off the wall plug. If you guys want to, though, use the USB-C port by itself, under 3 hours fully charged through the 100-watt charging cable port. 4.25 hours in your car on the cigarette light adapter if you want to. Now, with, of course, this, guys, the price is definitely there. I think it's like $299 for this product, and that is a phenomenal price point by itself. But as always, I'm going to tell you guys, package deal it up. Don't go by itself. Grab the 300 plus and get the 100-watt solar panel. So if you get the 100-watt solar panel, you're going to have about a 4.5-hour charge time. The beautiful little piece. This is $420 as a package deal with the 100-watt panel. And it's a great package deal. This is an amazing little package. You get that beautiful large solar panel, and you get, of course, that station. But that's not the one I would... No, I'm going to go here. It's not the one I personally would pick myself. I'd pick this deal. This is like one of my favorite deals. You have the Mini 40 solar panel. You have the 300 plus, and it only weighs 11 pounds. At 11 pounds, you guys can actually carry this. Take it with you. You guys have a 7.5-hour charge time. At a 7.5-hour charge time, you're fully charged up and running for the next day without an issue, or use it during the night. This is a great deal. $294, and you guys have an 11-pound package deal. That's going to work really, really well. This is a phenomenal package deal. Definitely worth checking out. So if you guys need 300 plus, Mini 40. Hey, thanks, Phil. Now, we are going to talk about a bigger system, and we are kind of moving at a quicker pace. It's because we've got a lot of product in itty bitty short time. So let's do it. Let's pop over here. Let's go back to this camera and let's talk about that device right there. This is the 4000 kit. Now, what do we call a 4000 kit? Well, it's actually the 2000 plus, the battery pack, and 2 solar panels. Now, you're going to get 2 of the 200-watt solar panels, the battery pack, and the power station for $3,570, so $3,570. It's a 29% savings. Normally, it's a $5,000 price tag, but you're going to get over 2,042 watt-hours of power. Remember, the station alone is 2,042 watt-hours of power. Because you got the battery, you guys have 4,080 watt-hours of power. 80 plus watt-hours of power. 4,000. It's a large amount of power with this. Now, on the front of the device, you guys can see it's still got that TT30 plug. It's got, of course, 4 of the standard 3-prong American AC outlets that are going to do, of course, a crazy amount of power. And you're probably wondering, well, how much power can it really do? 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power through all of those plugs. No problems, no quirks, no issues. If you need to, though, max it at 6,000 watts and you're good to go. 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug hidden under, of course, a little cover. 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max charging capability. 2 USB-A ports, max charging capability. To charge the device by itself. 2-hour standard quick charge mode. By a wall plug. Now, if you want to, though, because it's got the battery pack, it'll take a little bit more to charge that if it's linked up. Or if you guys need to, and you had, of course, 6 of those 200-watt panels, 2-hour charge time. Now, that's the device itself. Cool part about it is that battery bank can actually wall charge or can solar charge as well. So, standard 2 hours, 2 hours. If you want to plug it into your cigarette car lighter in your car, it's going to be about 25 hours of charge time. The device will allow you to run quite a bit with this. Let's say your 520 watt refrigerator should be able to run for about 7 hours with the battery bank. You guys should be able to do 1100 watt microwave for about a few hours as well with that. I'm going to say 4.5 hours, maybe more, depending on what you need. The capabilities of this device are endless because you can actually add up to 5 batteries. When you add 5 batteries, you're going to have 24 kilowatts of power. What? Yeah. And I just misspoke. You're going to have 12 kilowatts of power with the 5 batteries. Link it with the second 2000 plus, then you have 24 kilowatts because you're going to have 10 batteries capability now. 30 decibels is what all of these pretty much run at. So 30 decibels is library quiet. You do not have to worry about it. Full control of the app. Fast in-wall solar charging capabilities. 20 milliseconds of EPS switchover. The difference with this one is if you guys use EPS or emergency power supply, when it switches over, it goes to 1440 watts of bypass mode. So you're not going to get, of course, that 3000 or 6000 watts. It does drop down there. This kit should be able to allow you to run, let's say, 300 hours with the CPAP machine, 24 hours with the 200 watt desktop PC. You guys could do, of course, you can actually plug in a welder machine to this. So for those of you that like to work in your garage, your sheds, and all of that, and maybe you have a welder out there, you'll get over an hour and 20 minutes of runtime off of this with the extra battery by itself, maybe 60 hours or 6 hours. I can't even speak today. You're going to get over 30 minutes. There you go. That's what I'm thinking, 30 minutes. And I was thinking 6 hours with an electric drill because I was ahead of myself. You guys could do 8 hours with an angle grinder. You guys could do, of course, 120 cell phone charges off of this, 90 drone batteries. I think it's like 38 hours with a 70 watt inverter heater for the backyard barbecuers because it is, of course, barbecue time. 9.5 hours with the blender. Make a lot of daiquiris and make them people happy. 28 hours with the movie night out back, guys. You have the options. For $3,570, you have a great kit. Now, you guys can also get the 2000 plus by itself, or 2000 plus with, of course, 2 of the 200 watt solar panels for I think it's $2,427. So $2,427. Yes, it's going to be one of those nights where I'm talking numbers and misspeaking. You can also get the 240 V2, which is a great mini little power station for like $200. Normally it's a $250 price tag. Now again, this is an 8-pound power station. Now, 8-pound power station, you have 256 watt-hours of power, under 2 hours standard charging, right? Under 2 hours, guys. Honestly, this is going to charge about an hour and a half. Quick charging, no problem. Put it in emergency charge rate. 1 hour charge time, you're up and running. Now, you have, of course, the AC outlet, 300 watts pure sound wave power, can peak at 600. Flashlight, single mode or dual mode if you want to with the SOS. 100 watt bi-directional USB-C port, 15 watt USB-C port, 15 watt USB-A port, 12 volt 10 amp DC plug. Now, with this, you guys can again run 12 cell phone charges, about 4 hours with the house. 4 hours with flat screen TV, mini fridges. You guys can do, of course, other devices without a problem. It is an 8-pound power station that can be taken anywhere. This is a great option for $200. It's a phenomenal option. I would definitely, with this one, because of the price, I would get this at $200, but you guys don't have to. You can get it as a package deal with the Mini 40. So if you guys want to, get it as a package deal with the Mini 40 for $269. It's a 7.5 hour charge time. It's an 11-pound package deal. Take it wherever you want to. Waterproof solar panel, easily accessible, and capable of taking everywhere. 240 V2 is another high seller, guys. So if you really need to, definitely check that one out. Now, because I want to, we're going to do it. We're going to show it to you. We're going to change cameras. We're going to go into another angle. We're going to show you guys that bad boy right there. This is the 5000 plus. Now, the 5000 plus is their largest power station that they offer. 5,040 watt hours of power in a 132 pound package that can be rolled pretty much anywhere and taken on the go if you need to. Now, it is definitely geared towards those of you that want to run your whole home off this. Your price point is going to be about $4,300 with this by itself. So $4,300 is your price point with this station. Now, with it, it's 5,040 watt hours of power. 5,040 watt hours of power. That means you guys actually can sign up for the Residential Clean Energy Tax Credit Program and get a tax credit, which is great. 12 volt 10 amp DC plug, large display, 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports. You have 4 of these beautiful AC outlets. Now these AC outlets are going to do, of course, up to 7,200 watts of sine wave capability through those plugs, which is great. Now you have more usages and connections than what we were just showing you guys on the front with this. Now this is where it gets kind of cool. We're going to pull it to the side. When we flip it around, you guys are going to see, of course, right there. This is the AC expansion port. Now this AC expansion port, that top plug, and we'll zoom on in there a little bit close for you guys so you can see it, is going to allow you to connect up to what they call the smart transfer station. Now the smart transfer station needs to be installed by an electrician on your house, and it's going to allow you to run 12 individual circuit breakers off of your house, so 12 different zones through that piece. Now it's also going to allow you to charge this device through that at 4,000 watts. So at 4,000 watts, I can charge through this off the smart transfer station, have the 5,040 watt hours power charged in under 2 hours. Below that is a 14-30 NEMA plug and a 14-50 NEMA plug. These two plugs do 120 and 240 volt charging capability. The cool part about that is if you guys have the TT30 adapter to connect to the, of course, 14-30 or 14-50, you can run your motorhome or your RVs through this device. If we back it on up, you guys will see the nice cooling all around and the handle. There's actually another handle back here that folds up and pulls up and will allow you to roll it around. It has 2 large round wheels and, of course, pieces. Now, I had to say that because Sheila made fun of me saying, of course, the other day. And Sheila, what's up? How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Down here, you guys are going to have multiple ports of connections as well. You're going to have the wall plug that's going to allow you to charge at 1,800 watts. And at 1,800 watts, you guys are going to have about a 3.5 hour charge time. If you want to, you guys can connect up to 5 extra batteries at the bottom with the DC plug. Now, that means you guys will have over 30 kilowatts of power connected into this device. With it on here, if we pop off this panel and pull it off, you're going to see the switch. The switch, if I pop it over, let's try and pop it over, it's going to kick on high power solar array. High power solar array is going to be like your large roof solar panels. That's going to let you run this at 4,000 watts of charging, which is going to give you guys under 2 hour charge time with this. If you don't want to do that, use the DC 8020 adapter plugs and charge this device at 1,200 watts of charging. Now, at 1,200 watts of charging, you're going to have a 5 hour charge time for the 5,000 watts of power. It's not a bad charge time with this. Your panel should not be coming off like mine. I did that just so we can show you guys on these videos how it works and all the accessibilities with this. The device does have full app control. The app control can turn on all these switches, turn them off. It's going to allow you to run it. The transfer station has app control as well. The system by itself is a huge, very large, and very beautiful system at a great price point. I mean, at $4,300, you're having a whole home or off-the-grid living station. If you want to, though, for $4,200, you heard me right. We told you the price of the station by itself. So when I tell you $4,200, you're probably like, what are we getting for $4,200? That's the package I would get off of this. It's the 5,000 plus and the 500X solar panel. You're going to get this station and a solar panel for $4,200. It's a 19% savings. 19% savings, and of course, it's $100 cheaper than the station itself. So where would you go with it? I would go with the package deal. So the 500X it's Have you not seen the 500X panel? It's not really flexible panel. It is made from panels like these. It is a monocrystalline solar panel. We'll show you it in a second. We're actually moving into solar panel range, so we will show you guys panels in a second. The 500X panel is a nice large panel. It's approximately 98 inches long. It's made from 6 of the 85 watt panels, which is a decent panel that they've created. So it's an interlinkable panel, and the cool part is you guys can link more than just one 500X up together. So that's just your options. Now with it, it's a very, very beautiful and large panel, Sheila. So let me see. Can I come over here and let's grab? Let's see if I can do this. I will show it to you, Sheila. Hold on. So that's the 500X panel, Sheila. It is a large panel. It folds up. It's meant to look like an accordion because it's bifacial charging. Charges from both sides. It takes about 9 hinges to put it together, about 50 plus screws, I think, or 40 some screws. But you guys can link more than that together. They can keep linking. You guys can go up to about the 4,000 watts if you really wanted to. Let's go there. It's a large panel. It's an amazing panel. Definitely worth checking out. So that is the panel that comes with the 5,000 plus package deal. Really great, really amazing piece. It's one of those ones that I don't have the capability of showing it to you all the time live. Now we're going to do it. We're going to show you guys the 100 watt bifacial panel. This is a $219 solar panel. This is a fully waterproof, water resistant solar panel. It's got some beautiful kickstand that, of course, has elastic straps, has a Velcro, and it's got snap rings. So if you guys want to, unsnap it and unfold it. This is where you're going to be greeted with the size of this panel. This panel is actually decently large for how quick and small it folds up. This panel is going to do 100 watts of charging at IP68 rating, so fully water resistant, waterproof. Means you guys can leave it out in a rainstorm, it's not going to hurt it. Leave it out in the snow, it's not going to hurt it. Dust storm, ain't going to hurt it. Wash it off with the hose. The black side is the side you're going to set at a 25-degree angle to get the most of the charging. The blue side on the back is going to get your reflective charging. Because it does dual side charging, it's going to do about 25% efficiency in lower light settings. If you guys have overcast skies, maybe you guys have some of that smoke from those fires that are going on, it will still charge at 20% charge rate with this. Now, standard charging is going to give you guys 100% charging. $219 is the price tag for this 100 watt panel, and it is lightweight, capable of being taken anywhere you want to. This is an amazing product. I love it. It's a great option. And it's a killer price point for $219. If you don't want that one, guys, we were talking about the 200 watt quite a bit. The 200 watt panel, if we move over to this and I grab you guys a video of it. Of course, I've been making lots of videos of other products, so I have to look for it. And there it is. This is the 200 watt solar panel system. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have the older variation. And I'm going to say it. I'm showing you guys the older variation. I don't have the new one to show you guys the newer variation. I wish I did. The newer variation is bifacial like the 100 watt that we just showed you. It is a nice large panel, beautiful panel, but this one does 26.7% efficiency in converting light to power in those low light settings. Still fully waterproof, water resistant. It's made from the monocrystalline silicone cells. It's got, of course, full IP68 rating, so don't worry about it. Wash it off, set it out in the rain, whatever you want. It's going to work for you. It's 200 watts of charge rate. So you guys have that 200 watt charge rate. Comes with that carrying case. Well, at least the old one did. I'm not sure about the new one if it comes with the carrying case. Does come with the cabling. It's going to be a 10-foot cable. It's going to have, of course, the 8020 adapter, and it might actually have the 7909 connected up to it, even though you don't use the 7909 with the 200 watt panel. This is an amazing little panel. That adapter, though, that comes with it, or the power plug, also has a built-in USB-C port and USB-A port. So you guys can charge phones or other devices straight from the solar panel without having the power station connected up. It's going to do with the USB-C, I think it's 5 volt, 3 amps. The USB-A is going to be 5 volt, 2.4 amps with that cable plug. So great little option with that if you need. The 200 watt, of course, is a phenomenal product. $399, normally a $700 price tag. Can't go wrong with it. You can't. Now, I love this one because it's a 2.5 pound solar panel. Now, 2.5 pounds, 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, half-inch thick. This is the Mini 40. This is an $80 solar panel. This solar panel has a magnetic clasp. This clasp will magnetically shut and, of course, can open up if you need to. When you do this, slide it, open it, and you guys have a beautiful little portable solar panel that's going to work with the 100 plus, the 240s, the 300s. This is still IP68 rated, but it only weighs 2.5 pounds. Now, with that IP68 rating, it means it can be left out in the rain. It's not going to hurt it. It's got a nice thick little panel, so you guys can see the thickness of that panel. It's well done. Monocrystalline solar cell, flexible, bendable. It's accessible. It's the size of a 3-ring binder. This still comes with, of course, that cabling that's going to have the 8020 adapter or the 7909 plug or the USB-C adapter on top of it for all of those smaller stations. Now it has, of course, the built-in press rings. These are going to allow you to tie it down or do. I like to offer this option for the hikers. You guys are going into the campsite, or going into the campsite. If you want to, hang this off of your back through, of course, the beautiful D-links off your backpack and allow it to charge as you're walking. Of course, it's going to charge half the rate because you're only using 2 of the panels. But you guys could get a charge on that system as you're hiking. And you're not going to notice that it's hanging back there a lot because it's nice and lightweight. For the taller hikers, just let it all hang. That is, of course, is the Mini 40. It's $79. This is a beautiful piece of technology. Now, we have one more solar panel to show you guys tonight. This is going to be the 100 Prime. This is their, of course, DIY panel. It comes in at $194, but it is their only tempered glass panel that they offer. Now, tempered glass. Yes, tempered glass. It's a glass panel. Not foldable, not bendable, and, of course, very tempered and glass. Do not break this. Metal housing all the way around. It's got the beautiful tempered glass that's going to do bifacial charging. So you guys can charge from both sides of this. It's going to do, of course, 25% efficiency with the bifacial charging and low light setting, or it's going to do the 100 watts of charging at 18 volts. On the back side, you guys can actually see the opposite side panel that's going to get the reflective charging. Now, the housing actually has 12 individual holes pre-drilled and tapped for the mounting hardware, and it does come with 4 nuts and bolts and washers. It's going to come with 4 Z brackets and a beautiful 8 self-tapping screws. Has a permanently fixed 10-foot cable with an Anderson plug, so you guys have the Anderson plug. With that Anderson plug, you're going to have the 8020 or 7909 adapter that's going to connect to it. Now, fully waterproof, water-resistant, IP68 rating. Set it at a 25-degree angle, and it's going to charge at a great charge rate. If you can't set it at 25 degrees, you can lay it flat, and it will still charge without a problem. So for those of you that have RVs, motorhomes, and you travel, or the makeshift Volkswagen buses, I understand you're going to want to lay it flat because you're not going to want to have it sitting like this as you're driving around. Or you guys can make a movable bracket that will allow you to rack it up and set it up in an angle once you get to your position. This is going to go great for all those options for even at your home. So if you want to put a lot of these together in your home, it's a great option. $194 is your price point for this beautiful, beautiful panel. Now that is the last panel that we have today, and of course, I always tell you guys be careful, and then I drop it myself all the time. So last panel of the day, great little options, amazing price points. If you're looking, we have something for everybody. It's a great deal. For those of you that are joining in, always hit the follow button, hit the live notification button. We go live here quite a bit. Now, I believe we only have one more show this month because I'm going on vacation. So next Monday, we will be back at the same time, same channel, with another beautiful show. I want to thank everybody for being here. Trevor, it's been fun. PC Phil, Sheila, and I believe Rome, thank you. Fernando, of course, always thank you for helping out with the show. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. See you later, everybody.